Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So following on from Ronnie's 3-part driver series, did it end up 2 parts or 3 parts?
At least 2.
Well, yeah, kind of the TSR 1 video became kind of almost part of the fit process because we learned some things in there that we wanted to introduce into part 2, the fit. So we did tease at the end of the part 2 of the driver fit that we are turning our attention to the irons.
But we learned it was good ball speed, and I think the turf interaction was...
That was a big part.
That was a big part of it because I'm a picker.
Well, I think we saw maybe some improvements in that department last time we saw you hit some balls. So let's see where you're at and let's see where your speed is at. We both over the weekend went over your previous fit video, benefit of documenting in history, where we can go back and look at it and reference Benjamin Button and make sure he is actually getting younger as time goes on.
The reverse aging process seems to be going just fine.
It's going just fine for Ronnie boy.
Do you remember the irons that you replaced with these Mizunos?
Oh, that's a good question.
Your pings.
It was pings, right?
Yeah.
I-25s.
Yep.
That you fitted for me. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That had been what?
Matrix Program 80s.
Yes. How far back is that? Maybe like
2014, 2013.
Wow, yeah, okay.
Something along those lines.
So, question I think everyone will have is, if you go back and watch the fit, these ended up going higher for Ronnie, spinning a bit more, turf interaction was good.
Great.
What is today's goal? What are we looking for? A little more height and distance, fair to say?
ball speed to achieve peak height.
Okay, so some more height.
With some ball spin, my DNA is low ball spin. Ball speed, peak height, descent angle.
Yep.
Now, a lot of part of last year, I started to notice myself losing some distance on my irons, I think. So I don't want to regress in terms of my yardage. So my yardage for this club is 152 carry, 160 total, but I don't want to regress on the yardage.
So why don't...
Definitely.
No, that's fair. I think totally. Well, so why don't we start with yours? We're just going to basically just get a baseline for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounded good, Ronnie.
That was
Good
better.
strike, Ronnie boy.
I think you're going to be right on your numbers.
152. 153, Ronnie. Whoa.
Also sounded really good.
Nice, Ronnie boy. Brought his A game.
You really did. You got your number again.
I mean, to be honest, let's save your swings, because we saw pretty much the same thing exactly twice on ball speed, spin. If I didn't know you, Ronnie, I would have you hit more. I know you. I know what you're going to struggle with. You're going to struggle with a slightly heavy one at times. You're going to miss a couple left. You'll miss a couple right. You know, but if you show me two good ones, they look like that.
They are. Yeah.
That's
this is what your ideal average is. So let's set about seeing if we can beat it, basically, right?
Yes.
Maybe a little bit more yardage and a bit more height. See if we can do it.
That would be good.
Okay.
Okay, Ronnie boy. We bumped into each other in the corridor of the PGA show day one, and you said to me, you know, we're going to be doing some videos. Have you got any products in mind? And I had one specific product in mind for you, and you're holding it. A Ping G430 iron. So something that we had just been to Phoenix. We had done the testing with Matty Boy, launching 7 irons into the stratosphere.
So high and so like soft landing. It
was perfect. It literally was, I mean, it was the easiest iron sort of test session we probably had ever had, and we were blown away by this iron. You know, the construction, some of the freed up technology through the flexible plate at the back rather than having the rigid badging of the 425, all those things that Marty had explained to us. You know, you have a liking for the Ping brand, and Marty as an engineer, really top guy. So keen to see this one.
Yeah. That sounded great. That's a lot more than 152.
Okay.
161, 2.
So airmailed the green first, first go.
That's amazing. I mean, I know you didn't hit that the way you wanted to, but it's just crazy to get that carry. Close. Just a bit heavy.
Okay, so we've got some things we need to tidy up around the strike. We've got some sounds going on. So the first one was great on spin. The next two were a little bit lower in strike, but we just, you know, there's no mistaking.
There's horsepower.
There's some serious speed going on. That was excellent.
Was it ever?
162. Almost.
Yeah, it was really close to being perfect.
And not a shot we'd be unhappy with in real time.
Okay.
Okay, so still for me, we're still seeing too low of a ball flight with it, specifically in the spin rate.
Hello.
I think it's going to go in.
Finally.
Just, good swing. Yeah, that's good there,
Lovely,
isn't it?
Ronnie.
That's a higher ball, even with a bit less spin.
Yeah,
Good to see.
love that.
That's nice.
Good. Excellent. Excellent.
Come
Ronnie.
on. Almost exactly the same.
Come on.
Huh?
I mean, 3 really good shots, Ronnie. Okay, back to yours for me, Ronnie. We're going to hit yours again. Well, you know when you hit these 150 yards in there. Excellent. There's no doubt about it. He strikes these great, doesn't he?
You really do.
You strike these really, really
You
good.
strike your irons really well.
I mean, those are comparable strikes with what we were seeing with the JPX.
Agreed. Yeah.
Right, so
Still-
that's about what we were seeing earlier on.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
Right?
comparison.
Yeah, I do as well. Okay, back into this guy for me, Ron. Thank you.
Because that was a little larger sample size, I think, made it more realistic.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. When fatigue is a factor now, Ronnie.
Yeah, a little
right?
bit.
A little bit of a.
I feel good, but I can feel the output is.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Nice. Very,
swing.
very nice. So the first 2 shots you struck with this iron done exactly that, and you've just given me it again there.
Yeah.
You know, your lie angle is by far the best. You're retaining lots and lots of lie angle. I mean, we'll confirm it probably with you on a second date, or I mean, you doesn't even have to be on camera, but you know,
Yeah.
probably come back in one day around the city and you know, we'll just build it back up for you. I want to see when you're 1.5 degrees down. I saw you hit balls recently, you're 1.5 degrees down. That's just going to push low point further out in front. It's going to generate a little more friction and spin. That's all we're missing here today. Everything else is really, really good. Everything.
It's still a little bit better than his iron.
Yeah, like
but I
we-
would agree with you. In a fresh session, I bet you we see this, you know, 110 ball speeds,
Yeah.
maybe 162 carries.
We're seeing 78 peak height. We saw 75 on the first shot of the day. We saw 72 in the second shot of the day. So
Right.
even, you know, several shots in, we're still seeing some of the best, if not the best numbers of the day.
Yes, that's a very good point.
There's where you started on the blue. this was just a second ago. We hit yours again. So this is the kind of tired Ronnie.
But that's a good point. So it's sort of like peak Ronnie's iron performance started. Then it was a little bit fatigued in the V2 there. And then just, popped one just now with JPX, and it's better than where he started, even though he's fatigued.
Definitely.
I think it's a good place to end. It's a realistic situation. I mean, I've been practicing most days in here, and the number of times I've heard your fitters go, okay, we've kind of got a pretty good conclusion here. Why don't you come back when you're fresh, you've hit a lot of shots, and we'll confirm the fit at the end. It's probably what we do for Ronnie.
At this time of year especially.
Yeah.
At this time of year, we've got lots of changes going on there. So we are down 10 grams in weight, 60 grams rather than 70. I like that for you moving forward. I always encourage you to be dynamic and fast, and try not to keep you too inward in your thoughts. So try and get you outward in your being more reactive. We're going to hit them again. We'll do a confirmation, but on the spec, I think we're pretty much set. We've went quite a lot more upright than we used to be with you. Testament to your delivery. We're now kind of, to be honest, it's kind of living a little bit in what I'm going through. My delivery's improved, so I can now go upright. I don't have to have, call it the Band-Aid, but I don't have to have the setup flat in order to control the hook. Neither do you.
So 2 upright helped me with my toe down problem.
Much better.
Yeah.
The contact started to get better, and ultimately, if we look at it, we'll hit more and get the efficiency, average. But what I would likely see from that, Ronnie, for you is a better average on the efficiency. Less of those toe down scrapey ones. All those numbers are fantastic. We just obviously over time, I expect actually to see some more club head speed out of you as well.
You're capable of 78, 79.
I
we
think
saw
so.
it. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff, guys. I mean, you saw the process there. That was the full process. That wasn't the production show.
No, that was
part of the process.
a real fit. We had 10 to 12 variations that I was writing down. I honestly think there might have been more that I just didn't catch.
Probably.
You to.
Yeah, I mean, that's as Ronnie said, I was kind of at one point I was really kind of just off on a tangent trying to figure out the puzzle, and we ended up in heavier grips. We ended up doing a bunch of different things. We were switching out toe weights on ping irons.
On pings,
we were going through it, but I think at the end of the day, it's not that simplicity worked for Ronnie, but it was a high performance head. I do think we saw the value in being able to bend them.
Oh, totally.
In the session.
A softer head that you were able to put loft on and also go upright.
That was massive.
That was huge. And I think you at one point said it well. That head is kind of like Ronnie's, but it's just the modern kind of little bit more horsepower version of it.
It's a sporty version.
It's a sporty version. That's exactly how it's performing.
Definitely. Love it.
All right.
Okay, good stuff. Guys, we'll get Ronnie Boy back in. I think you're such an established team member now, such a valued member of the TXG crew that once all this is said and done, we need a what's in the bag.
There will be a what's in the bag.
We need a Ronnie what's in the bag.
Am I worthy of what's in the bag?
You've just been made worthy, yes.
We'll tell stories.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll do it maybe on the golf course before we go and play 18 somewhere at the start of the year.
Sounds good.
Sound good?
Can't wait.
Love it. Excellent. Okay, guys, stay tuned for that. We'll see you again soon.